Hey everybody, Derek here from Crua. Just a quick, report on week one of our full global equity crowdfunding campaign, just to kind of, an insight or behind the scenes on it. So far so good. We're at, I'm just looking here on the screen, 345k of a 500k target. So reasonably happy. We're at 69% on Seeders here. So I suppose some early findings. Republic, which is the platform we're running in the States, is very, very different to Seeders. Build it and take it from there. Seeders is a full pre-reg campaign, I guess, before you go live, which I would much prefer, because you can kind of warm people up, get them used to the idea. Whereas when you go onto the Republic campaign, it's very much there it is and go. So that was probably a little bit of something we could have done better, to be frank. If we knew that, we'd have built our own kind of pre-reg campaign off platform or on our own site. Enough of these campaigns now to know the importance of the pre-reg and the launch and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, we are where we are. Being reminded of how much time goes into these campaigns. So it's outreach, it's answering questions, it's been on the platform all weekend. We were at Centre Parks with the family last weekend, and I was trying to nip in quickly and get a few minutes here and a few minutes there to reply to emails and questions and discussion points on the campaigns, etc. So being reminded of how much work goes into all of that. But anyway, that's what we signed up for. Centre Parks was great, by the way. While I was there, interesting aside, when we set our target, we set it for 500k as a minimum target. That's generally because we will do a cash flow forecast. So we look at and we see how much cash we're going to need to execute the next phase of our growth. And as a small business, really, really important to a small new business, even more so. It's really, really important to manage that cash, 6 and 12 months and 18 months into the future. But I clicked on an interview that Elon Musk was giving to the BBC from Twitter HQ, and very entertaining, I have to say. But he made the point where when he came into Twitter, believe it or not, he reckons there was only 3 months of runway, including debt, in the company. So interesting to get the other side to the story, I suppose, and whether you love Elon Musk or hate him or like him or loathe him or whatever you think of him. It's a really insightful interview. I'd recommend you to have a quick look. Really, really good interview, I thought. The interviewer got some stick for not having some ducks in line with some of the questions and that, but I guess when you're interviewing Elon Musk, it's easier said than done. Anyway, that's a complete aside. Not comparing ourselves to Elon Musk or anything, but I just thought it was something interesting, and I'd recommend people to have a quick look at it. Like as mentioned, we're in private mode now, so the next phase is to become public. On Seeders this is. So public means it goes on the platform in public mode, so on the homepage, etc., etc. It'll take a few more days. We usually like to be about 80% of our campaign target before going public. In at least commitments or soft commitments. Subscribe here. I'm going to, like I mentioned before, I'm going to be putting up regular updates over the next week or 2 or 3, let's say a month. They won't be polished. I'm editing these videos myself because I don't want to be taking up too much of the team. Small team, don't want to be taking up too much of their time. So I've actually asked our video editor to give me a crash course on video editing. So apologies if it's a little bit rough around the edges, but the main thing is the content and to get it out there like we promised. What I want out of this video is I want you to invest in in Crua, either in the Republic campaign, if you're in the US or outside of Europe at least, and if you're in Europe, you can use the Seeders link. We are very close. I really believe we're at the we've never been so focused. We're running down some of our, let's say, non-central SKUs. We want to very much focus our messaging on the core SKUs, which are our colours, our insulated inner tents, and the benefits that they offer for a person's night's sleep in the wild. Very simple. So we're running down some of the other stuff. We're very, very, very close, I think, to the beginning of that hockey stick that every business looks for. By the way, the Republic campaign is in the US is for accredited investors. So if you're in the US and you're used to investing, you'll know what that means. But it's you have to go through a process to kind of self-certify as being an accredited investor, which is fine. It's SEC rules. Q1 management accounts together. Encouraging stuff in there. Our contribution margin is up over 20, I think about 22%, which is brilliant. That was a real focus for us. If you listen to some of our previous videos, contribution margin, you're probably blue in the face from me talking about contribution margin. It's an enormously key metric in e-commerce, but much improved. I think at the end of last year, it was high single digit, up to 22% in Q1. Some of that is down to some changes we've made to pricing, etc. Some of it is also down to the fact that freight has kind of brought itself back into line, which is great for us, especially when it's the quietest quarter of the year for us. Q1 is always the quietest quarter of the year, as you can imagine. So we're kind of excited about getting stuck into the season, late spring, summer, autumn seasons. But this equity crowdfunding campaign is really, really key part of that, and getting money in. We have a couple of really exciting product launches coming down the track as well. So more about them later. I'm not going to get into sales mode. And of course, go to cruaoutdoors.com if you want to insulate a tent and have the best possible night's sleep you can have in the outdoors. If you have any questions, stick them in the comments below. The book is a work in progress, the famous book, working on it, honest, and reach out. My email is also going to be in the description for this video. Up here somewhere, I'll stick in a link to our Republic/Cedars video, just if you want to watch more. And we'd love to have you on board. So the CTA, everybody tells us we should have a call to action in every video, and the CTA to this is very clearly, go have a look at our Republic Equity Crowdfunding campaign, have a look at our Cedars Equity Crowdfunding campaign, and invest.